Starting off with my sunscreen to serve as a moisturizer, I use it to smoothen up my skin. This is Adventure Oil and Sweat Barrier. I use it to control oil and sweat on my T-zones. Then I moved on to use the Huda Beauty Primer, and I sealed everything up with my Kiss Spray, which is a setting spray. I make sure that it's all dried up before I moved on to use my hair wax as brow tamer. I tamed my brow and allowed it to dry. This is the kind of brush I use to tame the brow. Make sure to tame all the flyaway hairs and shape it into my desired shape. Allow it to dry. It's very important that it dries up before I moved on to using pencil. So now I use two kind of colors. I use black colored pencil and brown colored shade. That is because of my skin type. I use the black colored pencil shape out the brows, and then I use it to shade the end part of my brows before I move on to use the brown pencil for the front so that it can feel a little light at that center. Then I conceal it with my concealer. Now a little accident happened to my concealer, so don't mind all that scatter thing. So I used a lighter shade of concealer for the under part and the one that is closer to my skin. Then I applied the same shade on my eyelid and blend it all out, and this is what I have. I moved on to use this shade on my powder palette to carve out my eyeshadow, just like what I am doing in this video. Then this is my eyeshadow. I'll be using this very black shade for the outer part just to get that smoky effect. And I'll be moving forward to use a nude colored eyeshadow for the other part. And yeah, that is what I have. My foundation, I'll be using this Fits Me foundation and HD. Of course, I'll leave all these products in the description. Make sure to check it. I do not use foundation for my under eye because I do not want too much products for my under eye, so that's to avoid any creasing. The next step is to apply your concealer. I applied my concealer, the lightest shades to the first corner of the eye and the little bit darker shade to the outer corner of the eyes. And yeah, this is the pattern that I follow. That one on my forehead will be blended to my nose. The next step now is contouring. You contour with darker shade of the foundation that you use. So I'm using darker shade on my concealer palette to contour my nose and my cheeks, just like you see, and my forehead. So I will also blend it all out. If you have watched to this point, it means you are enjoying my video. Since you're enjoying my content, kindly leave a like and a comment, and kindly subscribe to this channel for more beauty videos. Next, I move on to the eyes. I use the same pencil I used earlier to line my eyes. You can use it as your eyeliner if you cannot stand the liquid in the eyeliner, or yeah, I use this because it's thicker and it's also good to work with. Next is my mascara. I tell you guys, this mascara that you see here is highly underrated because it is very effective. Look at how it really worked nicely on my eyelashes. I do not have long eyelashes, but look at how it all came out. Now I use this Sasha setting powder for my under eye, my bridge of my nose, my forehead, just to seal in the concealer. Next, I used a darker shade of the eyeshadow for the under eye, just to have that extra smoky effect. Once you see the powder palette the second time, you should know that we are moving to the end of the makeup. So yeah, I applied each shade of the powder, each shade of my face, where there should be darker powders, or there should be lighter powders, and where there should be blush, because I didn't use a liquid blush, so I just want the powdery blush because I don't want it to be too much. And yeah, the lip gives it the final touch. You know, what is makeup without the lips? First, I lined my lips with this same pencil I've been using, and yeah, I blended it out before I moved on to use from my lip palette. So I noticed that the first palette, the first color I used is quite light, so I had to tone it down with something that is not so light. The last but not the least is to set your face. That is what is going to make your makeup to last longer. And yes guys, this is the final look. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate all your support so far. Kindly like you always do, and comment like you always, and also share like you always do. Thank you. I'll see you in my next one.